The JVC HM-DSR100U digital satellite recorder. This is a combination satellite receiver and digital VHS VCR. The unit was released in 1997. It uses MPEG-2 digital bitstream recording from Dish Network satellite broadcasts using D-VHS. It had a built-in Dish Network DBS tuner as well as VHF and UHF tuner. This unit has easy timer programming with Dish Network EPG electronic program guide, conventional VHS recording and playback, quasi Super VHS playback only, and UHF IR universal remote control. The unit offers hi-fi VHS stereo playback with an MTS over-the-air decoder, high-performance 8-head system, a V-chip for parental control, and Dolby Digital AC3 output. It was the first D-VHS VCR on the market. It had an extremely noisy fan. You'll see that here in a moment. No S-video input and not HD, and requires an activated smart card to do anything. In this video, we'll go over front controls, the connections on the back, operation via video capture, pairing the remote, and we'll see the insides. Now, what could possibly be more fun than having one of these D-VHS VCRs from 1997? Well, how about having two of these VCRs from 1997? And here they are. And you may wonder, why in the world do you need two of them? Well, I don't need two of them, but I bought the first one and it did not have this lovely little thing called a smart card. Inside this slot here in the front is where the smart card goes, and this is a DirecTV smart card. That's what it looks like, in case you've never seen one. This is what that slot looked like when I purchased this thing. This VCR will do absolutely nothing without that smart card. I want to emphasize nothing. It will power on. I mean, I guess that's something. Operability, nothing. Okay? So I bought a second one because I went on a search to try and find one of these smart cards, and it has to be exactly like this. Well, even if I had found one, this smart card is paired to this machine. I can't take this smart card out and put it in this one. So this one is married to this smart card. So I did the right thing. I purchased a whole other unit. Both of these units work, apparently, but this one has full functionality. So let's go over the controls on the front just briefly. Obviously, this is where your tape goes. We've got indicators on the front here for power, record, pause, timer, EP, extended play for regular VHS tapes. We've got menu, select, up, down, left, right, an info button, stop, play, pause, rewind, fast forward, record. Over here we have our power button, a TV VCR button, an eject button, and then inputs, composite inputs for video and stereo audio left and right. As far as connections go, we'll start at the top right. We've got the composite video outputs here, two of them matching. We have stereo audio left and right. Our S-video output is here. Now remember, this has a satellite receiver in it, digital satellite receiver. So to connect your satellite dish, you put it there. We have an AC3 output. Now AC3 kind of carried over from Laserdisc, but AC3 just means Dolby Digital. So 5.1 channel Dolby Digital output, and you connect it via optical right there. We have a DC out for some kind of accessory, 5 volts there. We have a high-speed data port, probably for future compatibility. Over here on the left side of that is the phone jack. Now, there was this lovely little thing back then called pay-per-view. Nowadays, you would just call it like a rental, where you'd go onto a streaming service and rent a movie. In this case, if you wanted to rent a movie or rent a particular program, you would pay on screen, get into the menu of the system, purchase it with a credit card, and then it would dial out through a phone line connection in your house to their computer, which would then give you access knowing that your money is in their pocket. Our AC voltage line is connected here, and down below that is one of the noisiest consumer electronics fans I've ever heard in my life, and I'll be happy to share that lovely feature with you coming up here. Over here, back on the right side again, is two RF inputs and outputs. We've got our antenna line in here and looping out through the RF out here through channel 3 or 4 on your analog television. And then over here hanging around is an antenna, and this antenna allows you to remote control this machine from anywhere in your house. You don't need to be in the same room. You could change channels from the living room and have this in a closet, say, or be up on the roof working in your house and change the channel and fool your friends that are hanging out in the living room. So anyway, that is the outputs and inputs for this machine. If you do any research into this machine's history, you're going to see comments and reviews about the fan, the noise of the fan. No, this is not a Dell Blade server sitting in a server room somewhere. This is a VCR satellite receiver combo, and for whatever reason, it insists on turning that fan at all times. Again, this is a UHF powered remote, and it can be paired to the VCR using this address button here down at the bottom. So you press the address button, which causes a little light to blink on the remote, and then you type in the number. In this case, it's paired with number 7. So I hit 7, and then I hit address again. And you have to do that while it's in the satellite mode. So to switch it over to operating the VCR, you press this mode button. So it oscillates through all of these different settings here: satellite, TV, D-VHS, and auxiliary. So put it in VHS and hit the enter button there. Now you're controlling the VCR. This is a digital VHS tape, brand new. It's never been opened before, and it is a DF300. That is the model number on it, and it is from the company that is the inventor of VHS. Yes, JVC. In order to make your experience seeing the menus and stuff most fun, we're going to switch over to my HDML video capture card, and we're going to talk about the menu system. You have program guide, you have themes, mail, favorites, locks, system setup, timers, VCR setup, and of course, cancel. Now 1 through 4 there are not accessible right now because I don't have the satellite dish connected to this machine. I don't have a dish satellite receiver to connect to it. So here is the locks, rating locks, channel locks, lock system, front panel lock, and change password. So if you want to lock the kids out of certain channels, lock them out of certain programs that are not good for them, you can do that here. You can even set a password so they can't even get into the receiver without you entering it. We have installation. Under installation, we can point our dish signal, add local channels, system info, telephone system, system upgrades, and factory defaults. New features: there are currently no system upgrades available. Purchase info: there are no past or pending purchases, so that's like renting something. Preferences: alternate audio, picture size, we can go in there, set our aspect ratio to 4:3 or 16:9. Save that. System upgrades: select the system upgrade mode. Without my permission, ask before downloading. Yeah, there we go. Caller ID: you can actually enable caller ID because, again, this system would be connected to your home phone line. Dolby Digital: we can output Dolby Digital pulse code modulation, or we can just do Dolby Digital only. Save that. Cancel. We have timers. Can't do timers without the satellite. How about VCR setup? So we have Counter memory, video stabilizer, superimpose, second audio, record modes, SP or EP. We've got D-VHS on or off. So if you just want to record on normal VHS tapes, I don't know why you'd want to do that, since you have the capability of recording an MPEG 2 on this machine. Going to cancel it there, and we'll cancel it there.
With 500 ANSI lumens of brilliance, the power you need to make your presentations shine. Even with the lights on and the curtains open, the MP8030 gives you uniform brightness from edge to edge and corner to corner of your image. Its 3-element polysilicon display delivers high contrast and millions.
This program is brought to you by the following Patreon contributors. Become a contributor at patreon.com/databits. And by viewers like you. Thank you.